What's up, hybrids? Welcome back to another episode of the Fandom Hybrid Podcast. This is Hanako, and I'm here with Anthony and Dina, and we are discussing episode 3 of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms from the Game of Thrones universe. And I'm gonna start with Dina. Dina, you and your feelings.
Oh my God.
You
I
and
love
your
this episode
feelings.
so much.
I
This,
did
let me
too.
just tell you, this baby, Dexter, Saul, Ansel, this actor put so much into his role that like I'm
Absolutely.
literally like drawn in so much that I'm like, this kid is egg. Like this is egg. Like his acting in the beginning of this episode and just the heart he put into that at the very beginning, it just had me like in my feelings and I was emotional because I was like, he really does love Duncan. Like in this
Mhm.
short amount of time, they have bonded and
Yeah.
you could tell he wants to please him. He wants to make him proud and he wants to do right by him. And this
Mhm.
little kid is like conveying all this emotion that some grown folks don't even convey,
Right. Right.
and I was just all in my feelings. So yes, I cried. Don't judge me. I was crying. I probably cried all the way through.
Met us?
Oh no, I mean our
Hmm.
listeners.
We've been friends for how long? Have you seen me cry over stupid stuff? Yeah, that's normal. That's normal. But yeah, this when I tell you this little kid, oh my God, he really he can hold his own with some grown actors.
Right.
He
Like
is so good. His instinct, his timing, his comedic timing, his just he
yes,
is so good. And
facial
I've said this
expressions.
before. This was obviously the year of the child actors because these actors who are under 18, who are under 13, they have been killing it
Yeah, yeah.
in these TV shows. We had Welcome to Derry, those kids there. If you watch the Percy Jackson series, those kids are doing phenomenal. This kid here, this guy here, oh my God, they are so good. And yes, like he had me feeling things. I was like, okay, this is about to be my baby Targaryen. I'm about to protect him. When that man came up while he was training, I was like, if you touch Egg, I'm gonna come through this screen.
Right. On
And
his little
he's
bald
gonna
head. And no hair on his little bald head. You touch and no hair on his little bald head.
any, any. But yeah, I'm loving this show so far. This
I
episode was so good. And then it's like to see him be the way he is with Duncan. It's like Dunk is doing, I won't say he's doing his best, but I feel like he's treating Egg the way that what's his name treated him.
right.
But
Sir
then
Ivan.
you also see that he's not really comfortable with it because
Right.
he sees that Egg is just really like Egg really seems like he is looking for love, he's looking for acceptance, he's looking for a place to belong. And I
Yeah.
think Dunk understands that feeling. So it's like even when he's pushing him away or he's trying to be gruff, he turns around and he's gentle with them. He's showing them things. They have like their own little shorthand in discussion now. It's such a cute relationship to see. And then that makes it even more so when you get the reveal at the end of who Egg is. And it's kind of like, wow, that's why he's trying to bond so much with Dunk, because if this is
Oh
what you
my
came
God.
from,
Right.
you definitely
Right.
are looking for something a little bit more a little more human. I mean, when your brother is an attorney and you're screaming kill him, and we as the viewers can figure out who he's talking about, like, to go ahead and get it out there. Aegon Targaryen. He is the young Aegon Targaryen that's missing, Prince Maekar's son. And it's like, he's the youngest, Aerion is the oldest, and we see what kind of an asshole Aerion is. Like,
Yep.
these these knights were on the ground, and he is still charging them. I was like, oh, you one of these. You one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is ooh, See, and it's a shame when you meet a character and you immediately want them dead. Like you gotta put off some stank energy. If I immediately want you dead, the first word out your mouth.
That's the ancestor Viserys took after. The Viserys the second.
Right, the
That's
second.
the
Exactly.
ancestor he took
Exactly.
after. Because
Exactly.
even the
He
way
has
he said something about don't anger the dragon or the dragon never lose. I was like, oh my God, he sounds like Henry Lloyd. It's just
yeah.
it was so eerie.
He
Yeah.
has a little bit of Aemon in him too, doesn't he?
Hmm.
Not Aemon.
Yeah.
What was Damon? What was Aegon's brother's name? The
Mm-hmm.
bad
Amen.
one?
Mm-hmm.
Aemon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
has a little bit of Aemon in him too.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does. He
He
does
does.
that kind of calm arrogance and
Hmm. An eye for an eye.
oh,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
he even seems worse
Oh
because
yeah. Yeah.
with Amen in House of the Dragon, at least we can kind of sort of understand where his anger and where his feelings come from because you have this dad who really didn't pay attention to you. He only had y'all because he needed heirs.
Mhm.
You know, he still favored this oldest daughter. There was a lot of divide caused by Viserys marrying said daughter's best friend, procreating with her, all this other stuff. So,
And a shitty older brother.
and a shitty older brother who
Yeah.
teased you, who
Who
bullied
teased
you,
you.
and
Hmm.
so you can kind of see where Aemon's coming from. Now, Aerion, we don't really have any background on him yet, except for what we've seen in the last two episodes, and we know that he's a dick. That much is very clear.
And
Very
nobody
clear.
likes him because he was talking smack to the good Targaryen's son. Wasn't it Valar?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was
Valar.
talking
Yeah,
smack to him, so they don't even like each other.
they don't. I mean, your daddy didn't even come to see you joust.
Bruh, when that seat was empty,
And even your uncle who is first in line to the throne, when you take off your helmet to kind of salute him, he's just looking like, okay.
like here it is, about to be some shit.
I was like, dude, if you're not reading the room, like nobody likes you, but that probably contributes to also the way he's acting around everybody because he has to put on that tough air, like, oh, okay, nobody likes me, but I'm a Targaryen. I don't care. Dude, you care.
Yeah,
Because if you didn't, you wouldn't have
you
been
would
bothered by a stupid little puppet
right.
show.
But see, that's one of the things that the actor actually brought up. Like when I was saying, I watched the actor this time in
Mm-hmm.
the behind the scenes, and the actor said it's during a time where the Targaryens don't have the the country behind them the way they used to, and they're kind of in this lull of like people liking them, and so people assume he's an asshole. So if they're gonna asshole, I'm gonna be an asshole, and he ramps it up because he thinks, well, this is what they expect, you know. And it's just like, but you don't have to be that way. You got the power. Like, what else do you want? I
Yeah,
don't like that. Just he is nasty, nasty work.
right. Because again, when your little brother, who we don't even realize is his brother at the time, or at least people who aren't familiar with the story don't realize that's his brother, when he's sitting there watching you in the list and he's yelling, kill him, I was like, oh, if I wasn't familiar with the story, I would wonder what in the world this brother has done to him. But I mean, we'll probably get that
I
background
mean,
in the next
thre
episode. But
threatening to cut off his balls so he can marry him as a sister, that is enough right there.
right,
That is wild.
but see, and I'm sure they'll probably put that in the next episode. But it's like to be that cruel to someone who is just because he was born, because the way that it's told in the books, um Aerion is no, Aerion is not the oldest. Daron is the oldest. And then it's Aerion, if I'm not mistaken. And then it's Aemond, and then it's Aegon, right?
Gosh, what
Oh,
is
so that explains that. Look, that explains why Aerion is pissed off because he's the spare.
he's a
And,
spare.
and the person who and the person above him, his brother above him, I mean, we heard the way that his dad and uncle were talking about him in the last episode. He's a drunk. He's a whoremonger. He doesn't like to fight. You know, he's basically almost, well, I won't say opposite of what they're looking for, because most of the princes and the heirs that we've seen, they have been drunks, they have been whoremongers.
Yeah,
So he at
yeah.
least fits that part of the description.
But
But
he no he don't even qualify as a spare because he's like sixth in line. That's
I was just about to say, he's
you
mad that he
yeah,
way
was born to the
down.
wrong dad, is what he
You way
yeah,
down the line.
yeah, yeah,
Prince Andrew, he down
Which
there.
right, which could mean, he just don't like the way the world is set up right now.
yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
he is the way he is. He's just
Because it's always somebody that think they can do it better.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
Mm.
like you said, Dina, it probably is also that whole thing of the Targaryens are not favored as much as they were, because again, this is years after the Dance of the Dragons. However that ended, we know that it was we know that there was a battle, Targaryen versus Targaryen. So however that came out, we know that
Yeah,
that caused a lot of damage. We know that that caused a lot of death. We know that that was the end of the dragons. So
Yeah.
they don't even have that to
They don't
like,
even have dragons to scare
yeah,
people.
so you can't even threaten anybody and be like, oh, I'm gonna stick my dragon on you. What dragon?
What dragon?
but also this is not that far after the Blackfire Rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
So
Also that.
we just come out of the nation being torn
Yeah. But
already.
again, for the people who are just show watchers, they wouldn't know anything about this Blackfire Rebellion except the
But
little references that you hear.
Egg was singing a song about it. So
That
That
song,
song.
he was singing a song about it.
That song was awesome.
that song was awesome, because every time I thought he was about to curse, he went into a different word. And it's so funny because I literally just watched a clip of Dexter talking about it was him and the actor playing Lionel Baratheon, and they were talking about using profanity on the show, and Lionel was like, I have to, I had to make sure that he was going to be okay with it, and Dexter was like, I don't like cursing at all, I only do it because it's my job.
Oh my gosh.
But that song was hilarious. But yeah, anybody who is not familiar with the story, they don't have that background, so they wouldn't understand
Right.
just how contentious that whole thing was. Like, if you paid attention to Game of Thrones a little bit, and if you read any of the Dance of Dragons in Fire and Blood, then you would kind of have an understanding of just how contentious it is, especially with, like, what was it, season 2 of House of the Dragon, when Daemon was at Harrenhal. You
Oh
had
yeah.
you had these two families that were, even then, going at each other. I think that was one of the first battles between them, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Where
can't even remember
you
now.
saw a whole bunch of them dead on the field. So what was the Brackens and the
Yeah.
The black was it Blackwoods and
Blackwood?
Bracken?
Blackwoods
Yeah,
and the Bracken.
yeah. So it's kind of like, I don't know, that Aerion, he's gonna be interesting, because I do want to see how much of his backstory they're gonna give us, and whether or not, like, I know sometimes they try to paint the Targaryens as sympathetic figures, and then some of them you just can't do that. Like
Yeah.
Viserys II was horrible from the moment he got on the screen. When Daenerys was stepping out of the tub and he was talking about selling her, and you already knew that was a character you were not gonna like ever. And that's how I feel about this Aerion guy. It's like,
Yep.
oh, and then for him to do the stuff that he was doing, like I said, he's in the list. You got people jousting, missing. I mean, he did this. He moved out of the way. Everybody started booing him like he a punk.
You a punk. You a whole punk.
A whole punk. And I was really surprised after he damaged the other guy. That was his cousin, right?
No, he didn't do the cousin. He was taunting the cousin. Was like, I won't do you today, cousin.
It was
And then he
somebody,
went to,
yeah.
but the guy was clearly popular
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they were
Was it
mad.
it wasn't Humphrey.
I
Was
can't
it?
remember who it
I
was.
can't remember who it was, but yeah,
but whoever
he
it
killed
was
his horse.
after
Oh, it just happened. I just
after
saw.
Aerion did what he did, riots.
Right.
I was like,
I'm
And
surprised the
Silver
person
Cloaks
that threw
came in
that
there.
rock. I'm surprised the person that threw the rock
I
didn't
know,
get
and they got a
executed
good
on the
little
spot.
hit too.
but did you see Prince Baylor? Because even when they
He
started
was.
throwing stuff at him, he was just kind of like, because
Here we go.
knew. He was like, yeah, you deserve what you're getting because
Yeah,
you just did a real asshole move. Like you stuck the lance in the horse on purpose.
on purpose. And Egg was pissed.
Egg was pissed, and Dunk was in such disbelief because
Yeah,
even when he goes to talk to his friend later, he was like, I can't believe knights are being this like
dishonorable because in his mind, knights are honorable. They don't fight dirty.
right. And
Come
Yeah,
who's
on,
that
that's
baby.
right.
Constable? He was like,
He's so
why
green.
why wouldn't you think that? I was
Mm,
like, wow. And it's kind of like
You think?
you see Dunk really trying to understand, like,
yeah,
this is what I really gotten myself into. And
Yeah,
then
I
for
think that's one of the lessons. One of the lessons he's learning.
yeah.
Remembering what, because in the book, again, he's like 17 years old, but he's still a little naive now. Like everything he knows from Sir Arlen.
right.
And Sir Arlen had painted this glorious picture of knights, and he's
Knighthood.
learning it's not like that.
No.
Yeah,
It really isn't.
Right.
that's why you don't meet your heroes.
No.
No,
They're
Not in the
always
Game of Thrones universe,
Mhm.
definitely.
no, no. But I do think it's cool that we have, because the books are novellas, so they don't he doesn't really go into great detail like background for characters.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much what they do is who they are. So
right.
like he didn't have to give us any background for Aerion to know why he is the way he is.
Yeah.
We just know he is the way he is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and as far as like even in the book, he doesn't go into great detail about the Blackfire Rebellion. It just gets mentioned every once in a while,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not like you have to go in depth. I was just saying with the political climate, because they don't really talk about the political climate in the book, but that is like the backdrop
Mm-hmm.
behind all three stories.
Yeah.
That's sort of what's happening in the background. But we're just getting this microcosm of what's going on in Dunk's life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I knew it was gonna be some trouble when Arion got on that horse. I knew it. But for him to do what he did and to sit there like it was nothing.
yeah.
Just
No
no
remorse.
conscience, no
Mhm.
remorse, no
You hurt this man, and you got his horse killed,
yeah.
He's there to
Because
win.
which is crazy because that's not gonna get you to win. Because somebody's gonna be mad, and they
they gonna
not
knock
Yeah,
gonna let
your
you.
ass off your horse.
but I'm a Targaryen. No one's gonna mess with me.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
Guess
which is
what?
why.
FAFO. He definitely found that out in this
Yeah,
What
episode.
what I find curious is with all these Targaryens, only three Kingsguard came out.
yeah, I noticed that, but because I was like, the silver cloaks are coming, and then I was like, okay, where are the rest of the silver cloaks?
Well, they said
Yeah.
his father had left, so
Oh
maybe
yeah,
most of
maybe
the
he took
King's Guard went
some.
with him to go try to find Daron and Aegon.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
but
still though.
I think the show it was trying a little too hard to conceal Egg's true identity because every time they talked about the brothers, they would mention them by name up until they got to the third and fourth brother. And
Yeah.
then it was just the third and then the youngest. And then the third and the youngest. And I was like, y'all are trying too hard. We already know that these are two important characters in
Yeah,
Game of Thrones universe, just from the way that you're omitting who they are. And I mean, again, Aegon, who couldn't figure that out?
Yeah, they've made some. I mean, I'm not one to criticize writing, but they've made some
You
interesting
know what?
choices.
We
Wait,
need
was
some
that
shots.
did I
We
did
need
I
some shots
correctly
because that big fat
something
lie you just told.
about Anthony
they
not criticizing right?
they made some interesting choices as to leaving stuff out and making stuff up.
Yeah.
It not that big of a deal, but it's just why?
It
But
was it was minor, but it was I feel like it was significant enough to be just a little irritating because it's
yeah.
like, dude, we can already figure this out. The way that y'all have been kind of skirting around the whole thing, even when you were talking in episode 2 about the missing, the missing
Missing
boys.
sons,
You
yeah.
really you didn't really name them by name. And I mean, these are Targaryens. It's not
Hmm.
like people don't know who they are. It's not like people don't know their name, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And
And
I
then it's also, I guess also too, because I kind of feel like they're also trying to portray it as Dunk and how he's seeing everything. And we're
mm,
supposed to see things through Dunk and he's a little dim.
mm-hmm,
And so maybe that's how they're playing it. Like he's not noticing that this kid is very proper, that this
mm-hmm,
kid got some damn sense, and he's probably smartest kid he ever met in his whole entire life.
yeah,
And so I feel like they're trying to make us see it from Dunk's point of view, even though it's not specifically his point of view.
right.
Because like it is a lot of just stuff. Because like you can see, like in this episode, when Fossaway walks up to them, Egg immediately
Yeah.
starts turning and looking away.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, why would he do that? Why would he be avoiding?
And Fossilway does not recognize him. But I think also piggybacking off of what you said, Dina, I think it also kind of shows us the point of view from Egg's point of view too, because Egg is the youngest of this Targaryen bunch. Nobody pays attention to him.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
true too.
obvious in the fact that he's sitting right there on the fence,
On
bald
the
head
fence,
all,
in front of your whole
in front of
uncle is
your
right there.
family, and nobody has noticed this kid. And it's not like you're sitting there being quiet.
Yeah,
You are screaming,
yeah.
you are yelling. When Aerion is in the list, when he's jousting, you're like, kill him, kill him. To the point where Dunk was looking at him like that.
Yeah, because by the end, they didn't even see him and they heard his voice and they knew it was him,
Right.
the
Hmm.
guards. So they definitely know, So yeah, it is weird to me. But it's been like that the whole time where I'm like, there's so many people who have definitely been to the castle and seen this kid before.
Yeah, but
Not having no hair ain't enough for me to not recognize the kid.
that just means that just kind of shows that they don't pay him any attention because he's the
Yeah,
fourth son. It's kind of like you're not even in the at this point you're not even in the line of succession, which
not
is so
even.
funny given what the future holds for him. But it's like they don't pay him any attention because they feel like he's not noteworthy, which is probably why he was able to kind of get away the way that
Hmm.
he was. And I mean, he's literally walking around this whole tourney with Dunk, and like in the books, he covers his face and his head more. He
Mm,
wears the cape, and it just Dunk just kind of thinks of it as, oh, he's just doing it because maybe he's embarrassed by this, maybe he's sick or whatever. He doesn't really ask him, but he just kind of notices, oh, he covers his head and his face a lot. They don't do that as much in the show, which makes it even more crazy that nobody has paid him any attention.
recognize
And
them
and
either.
like I said, I have to believe that that's because they never paid him any attention.
No.
It's also
You
And
weird
know,
because
and
there's
in the
not that
hair,
many kids there. Like, not that many that they're showing.
yeah.
no. But remember, his hair also makes him stand out too.
Mm-hmm.
So if the hair is gone, no one's not really paying attention. But if you have that
That
silver
silver hair.
blonde hair,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, oh, that's a Targaryen
Yeah.
kid.
And I think that's the funny thing about even the conversation he was having with Dunk. You know, he talks about he was like, "Is it weird that I have black hair down in in my pubes area?"
In my
And Dunk was like,
stones.
"I think it's
Must.
weird that you're asking me about that, but also like." If he was a kid on his own, one, he wouldn't know to ask, like he wouldn't have anybody to ask that kind of thing. That's the kind of thing a parent discusses with you or whatever. And um
Or a maester.
Right. And I think they brought that out to kind of maybe throw people off the scent, because if you're black, if the drapes ain't matching the curtains or vice versa, then they could
Maybe
probably
he legit thought it was weird. Like, why is the hair not the same color as the hair on my head?
Right,
could
maybe.
be.
In his mind, as a 9-year-old, he's like, isn't that weird?
Hmm. Yeah.
He's like,
But
I think it's weird that you're telling me.
right. Yeah.
I'm like,
But then it also,
Oh, God.
again, I think it goes into that whole thing about Egg and how he's perceived and how he perceives his family and where he fits into it. Because when they're walking and Dunk asks him, he was like, "So you didn't know your father at all?" And he says, no,
um,
not really." And I was like, that's a sad commentary, because I can see where Makar might not be the best. He definitely doesn't give Daddy of the Year vibes.
yeah,
You know, even when he's talking about them missing, I don't think it's necessarily because he cares about them. His heir is missing.
yeah,
Daron is the oldest. He's comes after him, even
right.
though he probably won't get on the throne. But you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like
Mhm.
he doesn't he doesn't seem very paternal, which could be another reason why Egg just decided to jump ship. Like, we don't
Oh,
know why he decided to run away. We know why he cut his hair, because when he finally does, is confronted by his brother, he's like, "You little
I
runt, what
don't
did you
want
do
to
to
look
your
like
hair?" He
you.
was like, "I cut it off because I didn't want to look like you."
you remember Damon had two almost whole
Yep,
grown ass daughters
yep.
and
I was just
acted
about to
like
bring
they
that
didn't
up.
exist.
Yeah,
Yep, he cared not.
yeah.
He honestly didn't care about any of them, honestly, but definitely
And
not them
and
first
see,
ones.
that's the thing I kind of don't like about House of the Dragon, what they did with Damon as far as his family goes, because when you read the books, it's very obvious. Like, you see hints of it in the show, but in the books, it's obvious he did care for Lena, and he was a little bit more um not necessarily hands on with the girls, but you do see a little more interaction with him and his children. And they even did a couple of scenes for the show that they ended up cutting, which I was like, why?
Yeah, like when she
Yeah.
died, and then some other stuff they cut that was like, why didn't y'all put
The
that in
hug on
there?
the roof with
Yeah,
him and the girls, and just, yeah. So and we know that's not always the case with Targaryens. Viserys, again, with Rhaenyra, was a very attentive father. He doted on her, you know.
Mhm.
but I guess too, when you think about like people, which is sad, but a lot of times parents will treat kids based on how they feel about the parent that they had the kid with,
That's true.
unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think about he loved Emma, he loved her, and you know, even though
Allison
he
was a
made
means to an end,
right
unfortunately. Yeah.
as she was exactly, and so I think that you know, it just depends on who they're with and what they're looking for and what their goal is. He never really wanted to be king, so picking the heir wasn't on the top of his list,
Yeah.
Viserys,
Yeah.
because he didn't even want to be king. It should have been his cousin Rhaenys,
It
because
should
she
have
was the
been Rhaenys.
badass, and
Mm-hmm.
she was the dragon rider that should have been queen.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I just
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
Don't
didn't.
get us started on that.
You preaching to the choir.
Yeah. But she had been queen, we wouldn't have these stories.
I know all this wonderful. We wouldn't have any of this awesome stuff, and then we wouldn't have the what is it the prince who
The
what is
prince who
it
was promised.
the
The
prince who
prince
was
that was
promised. We
promised,
wouldn't have the
yeah.
prince who was promised.
Yeah. But yeah, I just this whole little confrontation when because Aerion goes into the puppet maker's tent. This is, Egg has gone in there to kind of watch the show, and they're doing a show where the what's her name? Tamsin?
Denzel.
Cancel.
Or
Tanzel. Okay,
Denzel.
Tamsin is her real name, I think.
Yeah.
Tanzel is she's pretending to be Prince Aerion, and he's fighting a dragon. Of course, the dragons don't exist now. But he's fighting a dragon. And I was looking at it, I was like, okay, maybe I looked at it wrong. I've only seen the episode once, but it looked to me like he was, I don't know, slaying the dragon, or he was.
I don't think he was supposed to be him though.
Yeah. I
Mm,
think I just think it was just a
Mm-mm.
knight in general, just
It was
slaying a
yeah, it was
dragon, and he
because
because
took offense.
when she saw him and she stopped, he said something to her about the dragon should never lose. And
Right.
I
right.
think has something to do with that play, because I think even in the book it was like he was mad because he felt like they were mocking him, and that's what the guards and
Yeah,
everybody
because
else was trying to justify.
he considers himself a dragon. So he thought
Oh,
that was
gotcha. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
Because
that was an
that's what I thought.
insult
Like
to
it
the
was an insult to the
Targaryens.
Targaryens because since they call themselves the dragons, and then
Right.
this other knight from somewhere else was killing a dragon. He took offense to it. Is
And
what
you
I
know
took.
what? I would have gotten that if I had seen it a second time. But when I watched the first time, I just watch it to see the episode, and then I go
Yeah,
back a second time to kind of
piece
get
it
like
together. Yeah,
everything. And I just haven't had a chance to do that. So, but yeah, that makes a lot more sense. But still, it's like his reaction to it
was a
is
lot.
it was a lot. It was very over the top,
Yeah.
because you're in there, you're beating on people who are just sitting there enjoying the show. Nobody else is looking at that thinking, "Oh, you mean that dragon to be Aerion
But
Targaryen?"
I will
Oh,
But
say, but I will say they must have known because as soon as he walked in there, they all spread like the Red Sea because they knew he wasn't gonna like it. I feel like they
but
did
this is the
know.
same guy who just lanced a horse for no good
Yeah.
goddamn reason. They probably were just like, okay, you know what? He already crazy.
He already
yeah, but
crazy.
it's even sometimes might be a little deeper than that too, because if you listen to Raymond Fossaway, he kind
Mm-hmm.
of tells you what the issue is.
Yeah.
Because when Aegon's conquest, the Reach was the first place to fall.
Mm-hmm.
That's where all the that's where the field of fire or whatever, where all the families were ended and a lot of people were killed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of deep rooted hate in the Reach
Mhm.
for in some of those areas of the Reach. They don't like the
Yeah.
Targaryens.
Right.
So that whole thing where here we are in the Reach where some of the black well we don't really know, but with the Blackfire Rebellion had a lot of support
Mm-hmm.
in that region. That could be a problem. They down here killing dragons in a play. Yeah,
Yeah.
that that's kind of hard for him to.
And she's also they're also her and her uncle. They're from Dorne, so they had
Yeah,
they never actually like
they never
conquered
conquered Dorne.
Dorne.
Mm-mm.
So hey, that's another thing. Because that's why I was wondering was she supposed to be a Dornish knight? Is what I was thinking.
Yeah,
When she stabbed the
Mm.
dragon, but I couldn't really see. It's so dark. I couldn't really see like her
The armor.
armor
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
and
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to see. I don't freeze frame, so I play, and I'm trying to see what the shield
Look,
is, and it's
imaginary shots, Dina.
hard to catch
Yeah.
to catch it. But yeah, especially Dorne, because yeah, like Dina said, Dorne was never conquered, and
Yeah.
they suffered a lot of losses in Dorne trying to conquer that place. So
Yeah. Yeah. And they only brought him into the fold by marrying off one of the
by
daughters,
marriage.
right? Yeah.
Mhm.
But let me see. Her looks like her outfit is kind of gray, and it looks like she has on some kind of red armor, that, or what it's supposed to look like, a red breastplate. Yeah, that looks like she's supposed to be.
She
She's
looks
almost,
Dornish.
yeah, with like a bluish. The sleeves are kind of bluish, like a almost a metallic blue, and her pants are kind of blue. So yeah, but yeah, him being mad about that thing and beating up everybody, and then he breaks her fingers.
Oh
I was
God.
like, oh, and Dunk comes in right at that time because Egg has gone to get him. He was like, he's hurting her. He's hurting her. Listen, when Dunk saw him break them fingers, I was like, oh, he about to kill this man. He is about to
Going down. He was straight doing that that straight leg kick in the chest, and he was.
listen. I again, Aerion fucked around and found out that day because I don't think he was expecting this big tall dude to come in and whoop his ass the way he did.
Nobody. He wasn't expecting nobody to do nothing about it.
No.
It reminded me of Andre the Giant in The Princess Bride. Where he
Yes.
just knocking people.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God.
But
He just
oh, let me
threw
tell
him off
you.
the stage. I was just like, damn.
Yes.
How
Threw
did he
him
just
around
not
and
get
it took
killed? Because
what? Four of them to contain him.
yeah, yeah.
I was just like, oh, but I was like, this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. Like, I've read the book. I know he doesn't get killed right here, but still, it's kind of like, this is not
That's,
good.
yeah. Like my heart was racing. My heart was racing. That whole end scene had my heart.
And
Even
then
though
when
I
he was
know,
like, he said, you've loosened one of my teeth, so we're gonna loosen several of yours. When he put his mouth down
oh,
on that wood, I was just like, I
stop
don't
my
want
boy.
to watch this because that
I had
that
the American History X flashback.
oh
Right. That's
oh my god.
exactly what I thought about.
And I was the same way when I watched mm-mm.
Oh my God. That
And
scene
then like
scarred me.
I was, and it's on that part in my background now because he's fighting, he's trying to get out from that.
Mhm.
Here comes Egg. Don't touch him. Those guards went.
Immediately, they were like,
They were
I was
holding on
like,
to him, but
see,
they turned their heads
they
so
know.
fast.
They know their master's voice.
Right. He was like,
Because you know it's crazy. The older brother told you to do this, and the younger brother comes in and tells you to stop, and you stop. I was like, oh, they definitely know his voice. They definitely know who he is.
that part. That part. Because Dunk,
And he
again,
called
Dunk,
them by name too.
He did.
yeah. Dunk has no idea. He's like, boy, if you don't shut up. He was like, no. He said, because if they don't stop, they're gonna have to deal with my father. Wait, Yorkle, get off him.
You ain't say
Dunk
nothing but
is
a
looking
word.
around like the fuck is going on.
Oh, that hurt my heart so bad though, because he was looking at Egg with the look. Oh my God. And that's another time I just bust out in tears because I was just
Yeah.
like,
But the way Egg was looking at his brother, he was
yeah.
not scared. He was not backing down. He was like, brother, I cut my hair because I didn't want to look like you.
And
And
his
every,
affect didn't change until he looked and saw Dunk's face, and then you saw like, oh no, I'm so like you could, oh, poor baby, oh, poor
Well, he
baby.
had to
But
do it to save him.
he
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 did.
did.
had to.
He stood up to that old rat.
But it's about to be some mess now because
Yeah,
everybody thinks that this kid ran off and he's been walking around with Dunk. Now, even though he's obviously been freely walking around, like Dunk has not, you
imprisoned
know,
him or slaved him out or nothing.
right. But you
Mm.
know they're gonna twist that because what else is there to say? A Targaryen voluntarily left y'all?
Right.
What did
His
y'all
lap of
do?
luxury.
Right. I mean, oh yeah, that hurt my heart
I
because
felt
he was trying so hard. Like the beginning of the episode started out with him with the horse. He's trying to talk to the horse, and he was like, "Look, we have to do our jobs, or else he's not gonna win, and he has to win." He was like, "So I got to learn how to carry this lance.
oh
You
my
got to
God.
you got to learn how to charge." And at first, the horse is like, "I'm doing
Right.
it,"
I'm gonna
and
I'm
then
gonna
he
take this.
starts like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And I love that because you see how much this means to him. The fact that you are a Targaryen, but you would rather be a squire for this broke ass knight
Right.
who has been mean to you, who has insulted you, but you're just kind of like, yeah, this is my person.
Yeah.
I'm
He
gonna help
wants to see,
make him
and he wants
better.
to see, and he wants to see the world.
Yeah,
And I think he legit wants to be a knight.
yeah. Yeah.
Because he's not going to be king. Like,
Right.
Right. And I mean, it's similar
Yeah.
to it was similar to Bran. Bran wanted to be a knight because he knew
He wasn't gonna be the heir.
no, he
mhm.
wasn't. Because you have Rob in front of you, and yeah, yeah, he just knew. And
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
Well, he did the opposite of what Jamie did. Because Jamie's like, I don't want it. I want
Don't want
Cersei.
it. I want my sister. I'm doing that Targaryen life.
Right. Yeah. No, he
Yeah.
was just like, I don't want to be a part of this. After the tourney, can I still serve as your squire? Can I be your squire? And I was just
So
like,
I did some research on who are the youngest characters to be knighted. Because
okay.
Duncan 16
Mm-hmm.
claiming to be a knight. So at 16, Maegor Targaryen was knighted at 16.
Mm-hmm.
Barristan Selmy was knighted
Oh,
at
Yes,
16.
I
And
do
remember,
remember that about Barristan Selmy. Yes.
wow. And
Yes.
he lived
um,
real old too, didn't he?
he,
Goodness.
Yeah.
yeah, he lived for a while. Aerys Targaryen was knighted at 16.
Okay. The Mad
Jamie,
King.
Jamie, uh-huh.
Okay.
Jamie Lannister was
Yeah, I
knighted
knew
at
Jamie. Yeah, I knew
15.
Jamie was. He was
Oh
very
wow,
young. Yeah.
16.
Mm-hmm.
And Daemon Blackfire,
Yep, the bastard.
he was knighted at 12.
Oh, no
Wow.
wonder he was rowdy about
Wait,
it.
Yeah, he must have been a badass.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, is that the same Damon Blackfire from House of the Dragon season 2? No, that was a Bracken, I
Mm-mm.
Oh
think.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no,
That
it wouldn't have
that
been the
The
same
one
because
who was the one who basically
kid,
handed
yeah,
Damon's
that
ass
was
to him. Okay, okay.
yeah. Daemon Blackfire is the reason why there was a Blackfire rebellion.
yeah, because
Ah.
he was given he was his dad on his deathbed gave him his
Oh, legitimized him or
He
something.
legitimized him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
legitimized him.
yeah. Okay,
I
okay.
think he legitimized all his bastards and was
Yeah,
Right.
like,
I
All of
think
y'all,
them.
y'all
so.
have y'all have at it.
He was like, fight for it. You know, it reminded me of Stardust. Have you ever seen Stardust? He wanted all his sons to fight for the king. Oh my goodness. That
He
is
said,
funny.
he said, I'm gonna be in heaven watching y'all like Michael Jackson with this popcorn. We're gonna see how this goes.
Have fun. I hated all of y'all.
You
You
know
know,
what?
but
I feel like at some point when you do something like that, I feel like it's because as a Targaryen, you are tired of Targaryen bullshit. You like, you know what? May the best man win, and if it's none of y'all,
may
oh
the
well.
may the odds be ever in your
May
favor.
Yeah.
the odds be ever in your favor. Because why? Because it was what, like maybe 5 or 6 bastards that he
Yeah.
legitimized.
I want to say he didn't
Yeah.
like his legitimate kids.
I
So he
mean,
was
and
like,
that's usually how it
It
goes, right?
tracks.
Because they're spoiled. They're,
yeah.
you know, yeah,
They got bad attitudes because guess
bad
what? That
attitude.
gene pool is a little muddy.
Oh,
So
girl,
Yeah,
girl.
I think he probably thought Damon was gonna win anyway, and it didn't
Yeah.
work out for him.
yeah.
Better go get you some Hooters from Flea Bottom, whatever that place is called.
you know, I
Ugh. And remember, imagine how bad it was considering. Remember when Rhaenyra asked for all the bastard Targaryen people, and it's like 200 people roll up.
dozens, dozens, yeah, yeah. So
You
Even
can
if
only
you think
imagine.
you a Targaryen, come, you got a little speck of white hair. Come on.
right. Well, I tell you them
Goodness.
doggone Targaryens. But yeah, again, I love the show. The 30-minute thing is throwing me off, even especially because this was more drama than sitcom in this one. Like you still have a little back and forth between Dunk and Egg, and I love it. Um, but yeah, especially when you get to that particular point. And I was like, as soon as Egg said, brother, I said, they about to cut this goddamn episode off.
Yep.
Because you literally just dropped the bomb right there.
Mhm.
Brother, I cut my hair because I did not want to look like you. I was
Look
like,
like
y'all
me.
gonna make us wait. Thankfully, not a week because Super Bowl is next Sunday. So they're
And they,
airing the episode on Friday instead of Sunday.
Oh,
Mhm.
They're
well,
They
that's
did
bringing
the
that
it
first.
last
back.
They
year too.
never done that. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
they've done it
cool.
before. They've
Yeah,
done it
they've done
before.
it.
Well,
They've
they've
done it
done it
before.
early.
Hmm.
I
Oh,
can't
Yep.
remember what show, but they've done I think The Walking Dead was one of the shows that did
would
something
air
similar. Yeah.
early. Huh?
They aired on a Friday because Super Bowl was Sunday. But
We
yeah.
didn't
So
talk about the prophecy.
oh
Mm.
well we can talk about the prophecy, but like I said, I only watched the episode once, so I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
jot it down because I was at work on my phone during my lunch break because I was like, I don't know if anything um NSFW was gonna show up. So I was like, I'm not watching this on my laptop. So in my office like this, watching the episode, and I was like, I need some time to jot some stuff down, and I just didn't have time. But okay, so Anthony, let's talk about this prophecy
That was a good one.
because
It was a good one.
telling him that he's gonna become king and he's gonna die in a fire and people are gonna be
We're gonna be
happy
happy.
about him dying. How is that a
Wow.
good prophecy?
Wow. No, I just meant like it was some tea. It was some tea. She was spilling some tea. That's what I mean by good.
Why would she say that, bruh?
Bruh. And
The
then, you know
movie,
what's crazy? Is he said,
Like,
why
why would
would
she
she
say
say
that?
that? He's
I
like,
don't
I am
know. I
next.
don't
He's in line. I am not gonna be king.
He's like, do you know how many Targaryens have to die for me to be king?
and
Like,
Dunk is just laughing because he's thinking she's just telling him some
yeah.
stuff.
Well, because you're gonna be richer than the Lannister. Yeah, right. Okay. They're the
Right.
richest in the
That's
kingdom.
where she
Yeah,
messed up.
okay.
That's where she
Right. She
messed
should
up.
have told
You
him the
can be
king
rich.
thing first and then
Right.
told him he would be
Yeah, yeah. But
Oh, God.
like I know briefly, I know a little bit about how Egg and Dunk's story ends, but I don't know all the details about it.
Mhm.
So the fact that she said people will be glad that you have died, I was
I
like,
know. I'm a little worried.
because that
Well,
makes me feel like
she didn't say which people. She just said people would be. She didn't
That
say
is
which
true.
people.
That is true.
okay,
People always got enemies, even if they're good people. That is true.
She
okay,
didn't say which people.
okay. That makes me feel a little bit better because I was like, if he's going the Daenerys route, I'm gonna be so hurt because y'all are not about to make me fall in love with another Targaryen just to pull the rug from up under me and make him evil and whatever. I just no,
We don't know how far along. Well, according to the producers, this is going to be a 20-year series,
bruh,
which we know that's
ain't
not going to
no
happen.
way, no.
So
Uh,
we're not in danger of seeing the end of Duncan and Egg, but
And I
you
mean,
know,
I love the enthusiasm, but
the
I mean,
optimism.
there's only three novellas that talk
Hmm.
about Egg and Dunk. You're talking about 5 years for each story. You're literally going from the start of their friendship all the way to when they die. Again, I don't know when they die. I don't know if Aegon, is young when he becomes king. I don't know if he's old like Viserys. That's 15 years. That's a lot.
Yeah,
And
but you know, thanks to George R. R. Martin, we know pieces of their story
yeah,
after the novellas.
yeah.
So, and we know enough.
But I don't know if we know like 15 literal years. It's not like he
Oh,
was talking about
they can
doing.
stretch it out. They can stretch it out. They've done
I
it
mean,
before. They'll
if they
Yeah,
do it
stretch it
again.
but
out,
we
they
see how
better
that
make it
worked out
damn
too.
good.
You see how that works out. Like
They'll stretch
if
it
there
out.
is enough story there, if you're interweaving other stories in there, if you're going to talk about the 500 million Blackfire rebellions, okay, maybe. If you're going to like if you're going to bring in and talk about Master Aemon and his because I'm gonna tell you now, I was really offended when Fossilway was like the third one is so useless. They're about to ship him
It's
off to
gonna
the Citadel.
have to be
Excuse
amazing.
me, sir. That is Master Aemon you are talking about.
Hey,
But
they could do a whole at some point he has to go to Tarth and impregnate somebody there. So you could do a whole
But
season,
15 years?
a whole season of Tarth.
See if you're
I mean,
doing.
if they keep it good like this, then okay. And if they only doing 30 minutes every
It-
season, the
yeah, it
six
Is
could.
episode
HBO gonna
season,
give them Game of Thrones
No,
money for
you
they ain't
mean
15
got no
years?
Netflix?
dragons. They ain't got to
You
do no
mean
dragons for 100 years.
you
And
mean
you're look,
Netflix?
and you're talking about doing Aegon's
Right. Oh
Conquest.
yeah,
You're
it's gonna be
talking about
Netflix.
doing an animated show about the Sea Snakes adventures. I saw another spin-off idea that they're talking about doing, I think for Nymeria's travels. I
Hmm.
saw another one that they're supposed to be doing about Arya and what happens to her.
Now that's what I've been waiting on.
If it don't have dragons and or Targaryens, it's not gonna happen. Let me tell you that now.
I think the Arya thing might, just because it's something new, and they can. Because here's the thing: dragons may not exist in Westeros anymore. We don't know what's in other parts of the world. What is it that Arya says? She says, "What's west of Westeros?" And John is like, "Nobody knows."
But Drogon ain't dead.
That too.
Drogon ain't dead.
No,
That
he's still
too.
So
there.
I
Some
don't know who would be the dragon rider unless John come back from the north.
Well,
But
It's a
Drogon.
Targaryen bastards walking around.
I mean, it's
No, I'm one of those people. I kind of feel like Drogon um took Danny's
Daenerys'
body,
body
huh?
to Valeria.
Yeah, to Volantis. Was it Volantis and
Valeria.
oh
Valyria?
Valyria.
Mm.
Valeria.
No, I think he took her body to where the Red Priestesses are. That's
Oh, is that what
Volantis,
brands
right?
they were talking about?
That's
At
what a
the
lot.
end.
Yeah, and the Red Priestesses probably brought her back. I mean,
Mhm.
I wouldn't be mad at it, but
Well, it's got to be some descendants of Valeria walking around Essos somewhere.
yeah,
Somewhere.
got to be.
Gotta be. And then
Mhm.
it's a whole bunch of just other besides Targaryens that were there. So maybe some of them got away before it burned to hell.
Yeah,
You know.
and
If there are any
then
Baratheons walking around, they're descendants of Targaryens.
and
Yeah.
let's
So,
not forget Tyrion Lannister got
Audrey,
mighty close to one of them dragons, and
Yeah.
I have my own theory about Tyrion, but yeah.
technically, Gendry has Targaryen blood, so
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like it can't happen. And like you said, Drogon is out there somewhere. We don't know what's west of Westeros. There could be dragons in other parts of the world that they've never explored. And them dragons is like, we heard
Because
about y'all crazy folks. We not coming on that side.
it's like what so it was Essos, Westeros, Southern Los and what or something Los.
Bravos.
It's like other continents like
Oh yeah.
Westeros, Essos,
there's another continent
Sutheros or
beyond
something,
Essos,
and
some kind
then
of
there's a
way.
whole other one. Like it's like four of them
Yeah.
that are just and that's I'm
That are
like
there, but then there's the whole like there's
rest of
there's a
yeah.
whole part of the map that like Arya says nobody's been over there, so we don't know what's there. So I'm gonna go see. I'm pretty sure there's some stuff over there. So I mean, I guess they can stretch it for 15 years, but I also don't want it to get to the point where they give us the story and they're stretching it to the point where it feels like it's dragging. You know, it's because I mean, if you think about it, even though yes, this is part his fault or whatever, there are 5 Game of Thrones full size novels out there, 8 seasons from 5 novels. You're talking about 15 seasons from 3 novellas,
Yeah.
and whatever you
And
squeeze in,
whatever else George R. R. Martin has thrown out there about these characters that's not in the novellas. Because remember, we have the whole world of what is it, the
yeah,
Oh, like his
encyclopedia,
his like
the
compendium of
compendium.
information.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's
yeah,
called.
I got it around here somewhere.
I have a digital copy of it. I don't have a hard copy of it.
But yeah,
I mean, there's probably some. I haven't read all of Fire and Blood, but I'm sure there's some stuff in there. You
yeah.
know, then there's stuff in the
I'm gonna
books
have to finish
about
this
some of
book.
these characters. We'll see.
It was like I love reading the books, but then it started reminding me of being in Bible study where you just had to be like, and he begat so and so, and they begat so and so, and they begat so and so, and they begat so and so.
Egg on the
Yeah.
first, the egg on the second, the egg on the third, the egg on the this
Oh,
egg on
those,
is what egg on the fifth, right? Because
yeah,
Jon Snow was the sixth.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fifth of
Daron
his
the good
Which
name.
and
which
Daron
thank
this.
God they finally realized this name might be cursed. Doggone, what's her face? Lyanna Stark didn't understand what she was doing. She should have picked something else.
Listen.
So should we with Baylor?
Yeah.
Mm.
Dayron. Choose Dayron.
Yeah, you kind of got a 50-50 chance with that. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could have even named him after Viserys the Good. You know,
that's true. That is true.
because this would have been
The
the
Harris wouldn't
little
have been bad either.
yeah,
Yeah,
Because
because
the Harris.
yeah.
Viserys the second was still a child then, so he had it. As
Yeah.
far as we know, he hadn't developed that old stank ass personality yet.
Phosphorus. Well,
Right?
being in exile made him like that.
Yeah. No.
Because
No.
people no,
His
because people
daddy
well
made
think
him
about it.
crazy.
Because people were hyping his ass up. One day you gonna be king because we gonna go back and take what's ours, and they hyping him up. They
That's true.
hyping him
Yeah,
up.
but that cruelty, the cruelty within him, that's something you are born with.
I mean, that might be true too, but I do think that it doesn't help that you're constantly thinking you got to go avenge your family,
Yeah.
and you got to go do this thing. It's incumbent upon you to like get revenge for your whole Targaryen family that people did wrong, and you got to
Yeah.
take over, and you got this power that's just waiting on you, and people are like, yeah, you, and then you got people like, here, sell your sister so you can get army. Like, what? No, come on.
It's like it was like he was predisposed and he just kind of helped it along.
Yeah.
But Jaharis wouldn't have been a bad name either.
Yeah, Jaehaerys would have been good.
Yeah, Jaharis the third, maybe third of his name.
Yeah, but wasn't a Jaharis wasn't that the baby that got beheaded by
Yes.
yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yes. Well,
You
he
know,
didn't have time to be a bad person.
being a Targaryen is a tough life. You know,
Yeah.
Oh man, I'll never
the
forget that.
expectations. You know,
Yeah.
Ooh, child.
Ugh.
But they don't need well, I guess technically speaking, the Targaryen line is done. As far as like actual
After
Targaryen. You
Danny,
might have some
except for
bastards out there.
Viserys, might have had some bastards out there in Essos or wherever they was at.
Wait. You say they're? I mean, what do you mean by done? Like, you still got Jon
Well, they're
Snow
still
walking
John.
Well,
around,
Yeah, they're still John.
and you don't think he ain't up there spreading the love?
But they
that
won't be
man
blonde. They won't be.
listen, that man had one woman one time and he held a torch for her for
You know
how long?
nothing till
Nah.
Danny.
Until Danny,
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
I
So
don't recall him being with anybody else after. Oh God, I lost
agreed.
it. Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. So,
Mm.
and then of course we know what happened with Danny. John probably was at that point. He was like, you know what? I'm 0 for 2. I'm done. I'm done.
For mine. How about we
I'm
just have this
living the
bromance?
single. Yeah. John was probably done.
But
Oh, you know what?
I'm gonna throw Gendry out there. Gendry's great grandmother was Targaryen, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's so far back that Targaryen line is it's diluted.
it's diluted.
It's
It's pretty diluted, I think, by
yeah.
Gendry at
Yeah.
that point.
I think like
But we got John's walking around, so you
Yeah.
know,
He's straight Rhaegal or Rhaegar.
Hagar.
He got that Rhaegar juice.
mm, I
But
guess we'll see.
oh, you know what we didn't talk about? We didn't talk about the crazy knight that talks to himself and has people in his head that came to talk
Oh,
to
the
Egg.
the
I
Mad
wonder
Knight.
Yeah, I wonder if he's coming back again because it was kind of strange how he just popped up and then was like deuces
Oh, you talking about the one at the beginning? He was like,
at the
"Did you steal that
beginning.
horse?"
We don't know him. I'm sorry, who was we?
Like,
Because
who, who are you?
who?
You talking about the one with the eye patch? And he was like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and he knew who he was after he thought about it. He knew exactly who he was.
He's like, we don't know
We
if he stole it. We?
right. I was
we
like,
don't know him.
I was like,
Sir, I'm sorry. I
I
don't
don't quite
see.
see who the we are in this situation.
he reminded me of, oh my God, what movie or what show was that? There was a character who talked about himself as we. Oh my goodness, I can't remember. Was it in Wheel of Time?
Are you talking about Cursed?
Cursed.
Hmm.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes. You know
yeah.
exactly what I'm
Because he's
talking
talking about
about.
himself as the king and the throne. I mean, and himself.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
are displeased with what you have done.
Yes, that's what he reminded me of. But yeah, it was like he just showed up out the blue, and then he just left. But
Right.
he reminded me of Barrett Dondarrion.
Down there, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
that's
was
what I thought
saying.
too.
They,
Mhm.
He
because he
reminded
said
me
he
very
was
much of
he
him.
served the warrior, and he was, and I was like, I wonder. I feel like you know how like they were there. You know, there's gonna obviously be something coming up, right? Like I
Oh,
feel like
and
he's
then
coming
he's
back,
like, yeah, and then he's like, because he was like, "You're the Mad Knight, right?" He's like,
right?
"Well, when madness is required."
And this, and Brad, man, we said madness is brought. No, he said Broughton, but
Something,
madness
something
is
like that. Like,
Listen,
I'm
I
your
need I
guy.
need
bestowed.
you to go
Madness
have
is
some madness
bestowed.
over there to Aerion Tarygaryn,
Okay, crazy boy.
because
We need to go kill Aerion Tarygaryn.
okay, so here's the other thing I think we missed talking about. Old dude,
Alice.
the game master
Oh yeah,
coming
we
to
definitely coming back to that.
coming to Dunk and
Yeah.
trying to. I was like, yeah, this is about to be Dunk's education that everybody ain't honorable.
But also he literally could have just played dumb. He could have just been like he could have just had the boy come challenge Dunk and then just throw the damn match. But he should have known Dunk was so honorable and so naive that he would not want to do that.
But I think they understand the naive part. I don't think they really understand how honorable Dunk is. Like you've seen it, yes, but they think that he's so simple, and they know that he's walking around broke. He's walking
Yeah,
around like he's standing under the trees. They're looking at him and they're expecting, oh, okay, yeah, he's honorable. But I mean, think about it. Most people get corrupted by money. As even
Hmm.
for sure.
honorable people, honest people, when they are down and out and in dire straits and someone offers you the world, most people would at least consider it,
Right, yeah.
even
No,
if
I
they don't
get that.
do
Yeah.
What did Ted DiBiase say? Everybody has a price.
it.
Everybody has a, oh my God, that is so old. Oh, you
That
so old,
yeah,
Anthony.
you're telling our age now for real. But yeah, so I I think I think he was very surprised that Dunk didn't immediately take him up on the
Right.
offer
He
because
was.
he kept looking at Dunk like this is a no-brainer. Like you
Right.
do this, you'll
You
get
are
his
going to be a
horse,
champion.
you'll get his armor, you'll get his shield, like you'll be set. Is that what you want? And the fact
He's
that
like, I'm not
Dunk
asking you to do anything you weren't
You weren't
already
going to do
wanting to
anyway.
do anyway.
Yeah.
but the fact that you came and asked him to do it, it's kind of like I can go out there and say, yeah, I can challenge this dude. I can beat his ass. But when you're telling me that you want me to do it for such and such, no, that's coming with some conditions. And it's like the fact that you are being so sneaky with the way
Yeah.
that you're asking him to do it because you think that he's stupid enough that he's just not going to ask questions. He's not
Right.
going to contemplate it. But you don't know the way that Dunk is looking at the mechanics of how all of this is working. And Dunk is like, this ain't what Sir Arlen told me knighthood was.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
are
You
some
can't don't
shady,
give
dishonest, dishonorable people. And
Yeah.
I
yeah
don't think I
don't
like
give
this.
Duncan too much credit. he just like he wants to win, but he wants to win fairly.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty much as simple as it gets for him. He's not thinking about any of the other stuff. It's just, yeah, I do want to win, but I don't want to. I want to win fairly. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's an honorable thing to do.
Well, he said, I want
Period.
to earn it.
That's it.
Mm.
Yeah. And you saying,
That's it.
okay, well, yeah, well, you can go fight this person and we can make sure you win.
Because I caught myself doing that. I was thinking, well, maybe he's thinking, maybe I'm being set up. Maybe they want me to pick him so I can lose. And I started thinking, wait a second.
It's
I'm giving him too much credit.
Yeah,
He
that I
just
don't
wants to
think,
win
yeah.
fairly.
Yeah. I don't think he's that
Sophisticated.
intelligent. Yeah.
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 No, let's not use intelligent.
Uh,
Yeah.
Sophisticated.
He
okay.
just yeah, he's
Yes. Okay.
not that
Yes.
savvy, but he definitely is. He's not an idiot, but he's just not savvy about the ways of the
Yeah.
world. And
Yeah. Mm-mm.
I
Yeah.
think if old boy really wanted that to be the case, he shouldn't have said anything, and he should have just he might have would have hinted that this person wanted to challenge him because they wanted a real challenge,
Mm-hmm.
and steered him along the way, and then he would have beat the man and moved on, right?
Yeah.
But like the fact that he came and talked to him, I was just like, that was really dumb. He is he is not gonna go for that guy.
Yeah.
Because if he had gone to him and be like, look, you're in it now. You've seen the list a couple of times. I really, really think you might have a chance if you choose such and such.
Right,
You know, just I'm just throwing it out there. You
Yeah.
don't really want to pick Arian. You don't want to pick, you
right.
know,
At least not for your
Lena
first.
Baratheon.
Right.
Right.
Pick him. You might have a shot. I've
Yeah.
seen him. He ain't that great. You know what I'm saying? You have to kind of
Yeah.
Exactly.
You have to
Exactly.
push
sell
him
the
in that
product.
direction.
You have to
Yeah.
Right.
sell the product.
You just
Don't
can't
just
go
come
there.
out and be
Yeah,
like,
pick
hey,
him. He's gonna take a fall. You'll
I
win.
got a little something we
Oh,
gonna do on the side. No, don't do
Right.
that.
don't
You
do that.
know.
That's too complicated. You
Yeah.
gotta make it simple.
But now
Yeah.
it doesn't matter because Dunk's life just got real complicated.
Yep.
Oh, turned all upside down.
Listen.
Mm-mm.
Which,
Listen.
you know, it's funny too because it makes me think of like how many times Tyrion should have been murked on Game of Thrones for messing up with Danny, and Danny kept giving him chances and kept giving him chances and kept.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, 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 ma'am, you should have fried his ass with Varys,
Yeah.
probably even before that. And anytime he chose them crazy twins, brother and sister of his, you should have fried his ass then. So I just feel like y'all giving people the fact that they giving Dunk a chance to do whatever he's gonna end up doing, and he ends up, I just feel like that's y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much. Just y'all gonna murder people, just going to murder
Yeah, but Egg said, what we not gonna do.
them. What we not gonna do?
What we not gonna do. What we gonna
And
do is
and
take
who
our
knows?
hands off of
He
him.
was just what's his name was just gonna break her fingers. Well, he wasn't gonna do any more than that. He was just trying to teach a lesson.
That
Arian, he
was
was gonna kill her.
cruel. That was
He was gonna
so
break her.
cruel.
It was cruel,
You
but
already destroy her property, but then you gonna hurt her. She didn't hurt anybody. She didn't
and I
hurt you.
think and I think her father was dead because he was laying down on the ground and someone was over him and I don't think he was moving.
Mm.
I think the book her father was in the dragon.
Yes.
So
Oh,
I
so he
think
might actually.
think he might be dead
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm
because
actually
I don't
gonna
freeze
start the
frame.
daggone
Yeah.
books because I feel like I need to now that we're gonna have 15 years of this.
Yeah, I mean and it's not a bad read. It's and yeah,
It's
and
fast.
yeah. And I found my copy Goodwill, brand new. Like when I opened the book, the spine was still tight.
Oh
Mm.
yeah, that's somebody who loves books and they read it and they were just like, I pass it on.
So yeah.
I'm gonna probably do audiobook though because I don't have patience to hold a book anymore.
Audiobook is actually fun because Harry Lloyd, who was Viserys II, He
Hmm.
narrates the audiobook.
Oh, yes. I think I remember you said that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it goes
I remember.
fast. Like I think each one is like, well, that's it, 12 hours for each
Okay, that's
novella.
not bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not long at all.
No, they're not.
I think I did all three of them in maybe a week in the
Yeah.
audiobook. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but okay, secrets out now. Egg is
Aegon.
Aegon Targaryen the fifth. Um, so this is about to get interesting. Oh, that was the other thing about that whole thing. When Fossilway was talking to Dunk and he was
Oh,
talking about Makar's sons, I was kind of surprised that Dunk didn't put together that the Targaryen who he saw in the end was Daeron.
still, still.
And then from that thought, he should have been like, oh, if that was Daeron, then this might be Aegon. But again, Dunk may not even know the ages of the sons. He wouldn't know that Daeron is older than Aerion, but he wouldn't necessarily know how old young Aegon is,
Right.
you know. So, but yeah, that was kind of weird to me too. I was like, come on, Dunk, I need you to put this together. I
Right.
need you to put this together. Like missing Targaryen.
Head as thick as a castle wall.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
But okay, we look, we're gonna see how thick it is because he about to get that skull thumped a little bit, I think. But I'm sure Aegon is gonna find a way to save him. But if you saw the previews for the next episode, it looks like they are gonna put him on trial, probably, and again, probably for kidnapping Egg, because they're not going to tell everybody, oh yeah, the young prince ran away. They're not going to do that. They got to save face. So they're going to take the one person that everybody remembers because he sticks out like a sore thumb, and they're going to try to make an example of him. And it looks like they're going to do something called a trial by seven.
Hmm.
And even Makar was like, what
what's
was
the
that?
assignment?
I was like, how do you not know what this is? But that tells me that practice is whatever that is, that practice
It's
has
old.
probably been long,
Mm.
like they haven't done it in a while. So it's going to be interesting because in the preview, he is looking for other knights that will fight for him because apparently the what the trial by seven is the accused has to find six other knights to fight with him. They fight as a group against the seven
The
accusers,
accuser and his seven
the
knights.
the wronged party,
Six
whatever.
knights.
And I think in the books they say if the defendant or if the accused wins, then that is their that's what they say signifies that the gods are like, okay, he's innocent. We're gonna let him go. They give him a horse, they give him whatever, and they let him go on his way. But if he dies, then in their eyes, that's the God's judgment on them.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
If he
this sounds like
dies,
witch
he dies.
trials.
Yeah. Yeah.
This should be fun.
Yeah. Because Aerion ain't stupid enough to take one-on-one combat with this dude.
This dude just knocked your teeth loose with a
No,
couple of punches. You
He,
you don't want that smoke.
no.
he did
No.
a he did a Rick James on Dave Chappelle and kicked him dead in his chest across the room, and then slung him across.
That shit was funny.
He's a tough dude. He took that punch
He did
because
take it, though. I ain't gonna
he
lie,
took
he
it.
did take it.
He took the punch and he took the kick.
Yeah.
So
But he's again, he's probably had practice. Nobody likes him. I'm sure he's gotten into his share of fair fights.
Probably with his cousins.
Yes, absolutely.
I can't imagine
yeah,
his brothers fighting him, but his cousins
I'm,
probably
I'm sure Valar looked at him like, "Yeah, you can pick me if you want to."
bring it.
Yeah.
Because he held his own when he was jousting, so he ain't no punk.
No, he's not.
Mm, mm, mm.
But I guess we'll see how this happens. I will say this from the little preview. Um, it is weird seeing Egg in full Targaryen regalia.
I know
He's so cute, but it was so strange. Like his face and his head were clean, and he's standing up straight and tall. I was just like, yeah, Dunk, you should have guessed that this little kid was something more than what he was. But yeah, we're gonna see. But I'm so worried about Dunk because I haven't gotten to that part in the books yet. So we're right about where I've stopped in the books. Like I know that I think in the books I've gotten to where Dunk has started going around to try to find six combatants to fight with him, but that's it. So from this episode out, it's completely new territory for me. So I'm excited to see what they do, but I'm also very, very worried because I mean, Dunk, I understand, I feel your pain, I feel your anger, but dude, you punched a Targaryen prince. Even if you win this trial by combat, this trial by seven, you have to know somebody's not gonna let that go that easily. And I don't know.
Aaron's not gonna let that go.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, if Dunk wins the trial by seven, Aerion might be dead. So I don't know, but I just
Punk ass dragons.
punk ass dragon will always lose. Yeah, Dina, that's right. But oh yeah. So I'm excited to see what's about to happen, but I'm a little worried too. So but I need now that Aegon has kind of revealed who he is. One, I need him to not get in trouble. And two, I need him to make sure that his night comes out of this maybe not unscathed, but at least alive. I need him alive.
Well, we can worry a little bit, but there are two more novellas,
Yeah.
and and
But
and
you can do
the
a lot of damage and
and
still leave someone alive.
and the witch said, Duncan's going to be richer than a Lannister, and
That
Aegon's going to be king.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, but you know what? If I was Egg and I heard that prophecy that I'm gonna be king, but that I'm gonna die in a fire, I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna go take the black.
mm.
All about this life.
Oh, did we forgot about Darren? Was it Darren? He said he dreamed about Duncan.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we
yeah.
mentioned
In the
that.
first
Yeah, we mentioned
episode,
that in the. Oh yeah,
he
Yeah.
said that he dreamed about him, and he told him to stay the away
Hey,
from him.
stay the fuck away from me.
right.
And got up out of there. So that's
I'm
not a
like,
good sign either.
okay, what
Hmm.
has he done?
All we know, in order for Aegon to become king,
A lot
some
of people got
like
to die.
Some
a
shit
lot
got
of
to happen.
Targaryens got to die.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That is very true. Oh well, I
You know,
guess we gonna see.
it's no coincidence all these Targaryens in one place.
I thought about that too. I
Yeah.
thought about that. I was like, that's a lot of heirs and spares to the heirs and spares to the heirs in one
Yeah.
place.
Well, in the book, he- I don't know if I mentioned this in while we were on, was that Brendan Rivers is the hand of the king in the book, not Baelor. Because in the first episode,
Oh
they
yeah,
announced Baelor's hand of the king. I think his thing is the hand for the hand of the king.
yeah.
But again, there's little changes they made
Mm-hmm.
because, in the book, the two things Duncan always says are, Sir Arlen always said I had head as thick as a castle wall,
Mm-hmm.
and that Brenda Rivers has 1,000 ravens everywhere,
Mm.
spies.
Okay.
So, um, one, not my theory. One theory is that all this whole thing was set up by Brendan Rivers, but not to kill the Targaryens, but to find out who was loyal to the Targaryens. because they're still trying to root out some of the rebels from the Blackfire Rebellion.
Okay.
That's one of those things in the background.
Okay.
Brittany
That's
All
Rivers
right.
was
happening.
wait,
The
no.
Three-Eyed Raven.
Three Eye. Okay, he was. That's what I was about to say. Was he Three Eye Raven? Okay, that's okay. That's what I thought.
Mhm.
It's been so long. I have to go back and rewatch GOT
Yeah.
so I can remember.
But I think they just changed it because I'm pretty sure they're not trying to have all that political intrigue in the background.
Yeah.
There's simplifying the story.
They probably
Mm,
will in the second season, maybe.
Well, if he's planning
yeah.
on lasting 15 years, he better put some political intrigue in here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, are we watching
You
Saturday night
you
sitcom?
you got rid of it when you got rid of Brendan Rivers being
The Hand, yeah.
the hand of the king.
Mm.
You took all of that out.
Well,
So
you know how sometimes these shows they take stuff out where it usually happens in the story, and then they bring it back in later on and kind of rewrite the history. So it's possible they
yeah,
could
because
still introduce that character.
the tournament where Liana was chosen as the most beautiful one, where
Mhm.
Rhaegar won, that was actually supposed to be them getting together to figure out how to overthrow King Ares.
Mm.
But he ended up showing up there and it threw everything off
Ah, okay.
because he had
Aries
got
was probably
he
like, "Y'all talking about me? I'm gonna
yeah
show you
he
something."
I want to say it was Tywin. It was I think it may have been someone told him
It
what
was
might
probably
be
his
happening.
old shady butt. He was his hand, so it probably was
I think
him.
it was Tywin
Old Tywin
who got
Lannister.
wind of it and threw it off because they were trying to figure out how to get Rhaegar on the throne,
Well, Lannisters ain't shit.
and that contributed to his paranoia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. That.
Yeah, but
Whew.
so all these tourneys because remember Ashford, I don't think Ashford had never really put on one before. And so it was kind of in the book, it was kind of a surprise that he was doing this, and they couldn't figure out, well, why are you doing this?
Mhm.
You know,
And
because
bankrupting himself in the process.
right,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because he kind of got pushed to do it,
Yeah.
suggested to by Brendan Rivers.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is
So,
also because like what Makar was like, why did the king make us come here anyway? Like why are we here? You know,
Yeah.
because that lets you know that they wouldn't ordinarily be
Right.
doing
they
this.
wouldn't have
Right.
not all of them, like
Right.
all of them
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
one place.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm. Okay.
Baby, baby, all the way up to the drunken oldest.
Right.
Everybody.
The only one that's not there is the one that you about to send off to the Citadel
right.
because y'all say he ain't worthy. And
He's
anyway,
useless. He's
I'm
useless.
Poor Maester Amy.
whatever. Yeah, he outlived all they
Right,
asses. So
right. And died warm in his bed.
warm in his, well, maybe not warm,
Well,
but
not
he
warm,
died in his bed.
but you know.
Do we not know he came back alive? Like, I mean, he did die at the wall.
Oh no, they probably burned him because
Yeah.
by that point they knew the White Walkers were back.
Oh, that's true.
They were
That's
burning
true.
everybody, so they
Yeah,
probably were like, "Yeah, what we
he
not
probably
about
was
to."
like, burn me.
Yeah, like I don't want this life. Just take care of it. Yeah. So okay, so we're already halfway through the season. We only have three more episodes left. Um, you guys have any final thoughts on this episode?
I think it's amazing how it's a 31 minute, 35 minute, and we can still manage to talk over an hour and a half
Because it's so.
about the content because it's so meaty. It's so much happening,
Mm-hmm.
just like if it was an hour. And it's crazy that George R. R. Martin. He's a talented man. I just wish he had finished the damn book, but he's talented. I just hope he doesn't abandon this if they do keep going because I already heard that he kind of didn't like the whole poop scene in the first episode. He didn't think it was like, why'd you put that in there? And he didn't see the point of it. And I'm like, I don't want no little
And they
squabbles like that to make him be like, I don't want to be a part of this. And
and they've done two more poop scenes in this one episode.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
what is
Little
this
horse poop,
obsession with it?
little
Wait,
horse
they did
poopy.
two in this episode? I know they did the
Yeah,
horse.
yeah. When Aegon was scraping, when he was doing the whittling
Oh,
the
yeah.
wood,
Yeah.
that's what Dunk was doing in the background.
Oh, okay.
Singing his little song.
Yeah. Okay. Yep, you're right. Because I
I
was
tell you
like,
what
do we
though.
really need to see the horse? Like,
I tell
why?
you what though. I would rather watch this 1,000 times than watch a woman have babies on Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon, because that scarred me, honey. Oh my God. Like there's some natural things I don't need to see.
And on that note, that is it for our show. You can find us online at www.fandomhybrid.com. We are on social media, on all the social media at Fandom Hybrid. You can chat with us on our Discord channel. You can watch our videos on our YouTube channel, and you can listen to us on all major podcast streaming platforms. Thanks for listening. We hope you join the conversation next time.